Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls from all ages. We have finally hit the last week of the NFL season. Some teams are still alive in the playoff hunt. Some teams have already clinched, and some teams are getting ready to play golf. Who will survive this week? But of course, we had to go back to last week and a recap. Browns beat the Jets on Thursday night, and Browns were able to secure a playoff spot. Cowboys beat the Lions due to referee bullshit, because the referees in that game sucked, and we're going to talk about the refs in a little bit, because those refs are going to be refereeing a game tomorrow. Ravens destroyed the Dolphins, giving the Ravens the number 1 seed and putting the Dolphins in kind of a weird situation to where if they lose this Sunday, Dolphins will go from the 2 seed to the 6. Bills beat the Patriots to keep their playoff hopes alive, while the Bears beat the Falcons to hopefully keep their playoff hopes alive. The Bears have been eliminated, but they can still play the Wars. Spoiler this week. But Bears fans, congratulations, you are the number. You do get the first pick in the NFL draft because the Panthers suck. Colts beat the Raiders to keep their playoff hopes alive, making it a do-or-die game on Saturday against the Texans. Jaguars got an easy W over the Panthers. Texans beat the Titans. Rams barely get by the Giants, but Rams do lock up a playoff spot. Congratulations to them. Cardinals upsetted the Eagles, giving a chance for the Cowboys to win against the Skins, and Cowboys will be the 2 seed. Bucks lose to the Saints, but Bucks still control their own destiny at the moment. 49ers easily destroyed the Skins, giving the Niners the number 1 seed in the NFC. Steelers upsetted the Seahawks, keeping the Steelers' playoff hopes alive. Seahawks are now in kind of trouble. Chiefs beat the Bengals, eliminating the Bengals from the playoffs, and Chiefs winning their division. Broncos win the Chargers in a game that didn't mean anything. And then Sunday night, the Packers destroyed the Vikings, keeping the Packers' playoff chances in a good space at the moment. So I went 14-4 because I got apparently 2 upset picks. And I'm 160-99. So I'm doing good there. By the way, I will point out my college championship pick is Washington over Michigan. Sorry, Dave. I want to go with the underdog. I would like to see the unthinkable happen. But let's get to the NFL this week. Saturday, Steelers and Ravens. It's the first game, but it's the referees from the Lions-Cowboys game. So this one's going to be probably a clusterfuck and a hard game to pick. Yes, the Ravens will not be starting any of their starters because they are the 1 seed. They have nothing to play for. But I'm going to say this. I don't trust the referees in that game because of how bad they botched it in the Lions-Cowboys game between the tripping call that should not have been called on Dallas that would have ended the game. Because that was not even on our team. It was on the Lions' defense, but refs missed that. So then, of course, you have the 2-point conversion, which first one should have counted, but the refs screwed that up because Lions maybe did too much trickery and tricked the refs. Fine. Second one, they tried, intercepted, but flag on Dallas. You got a third try, and then incomplete. Now, of course, I think number 11 for us was offsides on that as well, but I think the refs just said, screw it, we want to go home. Personally, I'm going to say this if I'm Detroit. After that second one, when you got a third chance, I would have just kicked the 1 point at that point and played for overtime. I like the fact your coach is crazy enough to go for it a lot, but that sometimes, as we saw, that does cost you. You can't do that in the playoffs that often because it will burn you in the butt. Now, with that being said, that outcome did affect a lot of things. Dallas now has the 2 seed. If Dallas wins on Sunday or the Eagles lose, Dallas is the 2 seed. But with that being said, what do I think about Steelers-Ravens? As much as I made my promise to Mamba when she passed, I'd pick the Ravens every week. This time, unfortunately, Mom, I got to break my word on that one. Ravens are not starting any of their starters. They're going to rest them. Steelers should have an easy win here. Give me Pittsburgh, and they keep their playoff hopes alive. I think if they win and Jaguars win, they pretty much would lock up the 7th or 6th seed, and then Bills would have to beat the Dolphins to get in, because if Bills lose and Steelers-Jags win, Bills are out. But it gets me to the Colts and Texans. This one I think is this is an elimination game. Loser, this will most likely be out. No chance in hell. So this is a playoff elimination game, and I think whoever wins this game, their coach will be Coach of the Year, because both teams were expected to be rebuilding, and yet now they're going to be in the playoffs. I'm going to take the Colts. I think I like their coaching staff a little bit better. More or less, they played more better games in Houston, plus Houston's had the injury problems this year as well. But give me the Colts to win on Saturday night. Then we get to the Sunday games. I got the Buccaneers over the Panthers. Remember, if the Bucs lose, Winner of Saints and Falcons will be for the division. Tampa Bay wins. Saints can still get in, but they would need some help. I'll get to how that is when I get to that game. Next, Lions and Vikings. I got the Lions winning this one. Kind of the probably angry Vikings fans. You can still make the playoffs, but you got to hope Saints lose, Packers lose, and Seahawks lose, I believe. You need those three teams to lose. I don't see that happening, but Lions will win this game. Jets, Patriots, a game that doesn't really mean anything except for the Patriots draft stock. I got the Jets winning. Patriots get a top 5 pick. Saints, Falcons. I got the Saints. Now, like I just said, though, if the Bucks do lose to Carolina, the Saints will win the division, the tank division. Now, what's funny is, as well, if the Falcons win and Bucks lose, woo, allergies. The Falcons win and Bucks lose, Falcons win the division. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there, but I got the Saints. Next, Jags and Titans. Now, this time last year, Jags won out and knocked out the Titans from the division in the last week of the season. Well, could be revenge time for the Titans because Titans cannot make the playoffs, but they could play the royal spoiler. And I think the Titans will. Jags, you've been very underperforming the last few weeks. Give me the Titans to knock out the Jags and actually give the Colts the division. Next, Seahawks and Cards. I think Seahawks bounce back from this one and beat the Cardinals. But will that get them to the playoffs? Absolutely not. Why? Next game, Packers and Bears. Packers win this, you are in. If you lose, you are pretty much screwed. Now, Bears cannot make the playoffs, but they can play the royal spoiler. And I will be honest, I'm a little worried here because I do have the Packers winning. Let's recall what happened last season. Packers, all they had to do was beat Detroit to get in, and Detroit beat them. Packers lost. I don't think history is going to repeat itself. If it does, I will laugh. I know, Travis, you would be pissed, but I'm going to take the Packers here. Packers should make it. Next, Cowboys against the Skins. I'm taking the Cowboys here. Cowboys need this one to get the 2 seed. And I think the Skins, they want to stay in. I think they would be at the number 2 or 3 pick in the first round, so I think they want to tank on purpose here. Chiefs, Chargers. I got the Chiefs in a game that means nothing. Broncos, Raiders. I got the Broncos in a game that means absolutely nothing. Eagles, Giants. Well, I'm picking the Giants here as an upset, guys. This is my second upset for this week. Mostly because the Eagles barely got by them a few weeks ago. Eagles got beat by the Cardinals at the last minute because the Eagles' defense and offense disappeared faster than Houdini. I think the Giants shocked the world here, and then it really begs the question, are the Eagles going to be one and done? Are they going to make the playoffs and not do shit? We shall see. But they will probably most likely be on the road. Now, this one I accidentally skipped, and, well, it's a game that doesn't mean anything anyway. Browns, Bengals, I got the Browns. Bengals are just too injured. Next, Niners, Rams. This one was a hard one for me, believe it or not, because they're not starting their starters. Niners are the 1 seed, so they're not going to really play them all that often. I think they're only playing them for the first quarter. Rams not starting on them either, because I think Rams are stuck at the 60 no matter what. So give me the Niners to beat the Rams. This was a very hard pick because of that situation. And then Bills, Dolphins, Sunday night. Dolphins win this. They are the 2 seed, knocking and eliminating the Bills. If Bills win this, the Bills would be the 2 seed. Dolphins will still be in the playoffs, but they'll be a wild card team. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills here. I think the Bills, kind of got in hot somewhat at the right time. So give me Buffalo to be the 2 seed, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying after how they played at the start of the year. So as a recap, I got Steelers, Colts, Buccaneers, Lions, Jets, Saints, Titans, Seahawks, Packers, Cowboys, Chiefs, Broncos, the G-Men of New York, the Broncos, the 49ers, and the Bills. Travis, Dave, let me know what you think of picks in my comment section below once the video is uploaded, and same to everyone else who will be watching this. Later tonight, weather permitting, because we're supposed to get bad weather here tonight, I will be getting Choo Choo Charles Let's Play finish, and the way that would be platinum number 1,800 tonight live on stream. Until then, everybody have a good night, be safe, and enjoy the last week of the NFL, particularly if your team is already in the playoffs. Bye, everybody.